Welcome, citizen, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. I'm your host, Venerati, and in today's cast, we're going to see some top-tier action coming in between NexPeGa and LiquidJinro. Of course, LiquidJinro coming off of a pretty awesome win from MLG. Of course, he did get that super awesome big check. I think he won like $6,000 or something of that nature. He won a pretty penny, especially if you're playing Starcraft 2. Not as much as the GSL, but I mean, hey, it was pretty awesome. And LiquidJinro, of course, is going to be showing us why he won that series at MLG, as he's going to bring to the table some awesome Terran play. There's been a lot of talk about him improving, and I really feel that he has improved a lot of his gameplay. There's some voices about whether or not he is as good as some of the top tier Koreans, but of course we will see that later on, I'm sure, as we will see him go up against more and more of the Koreans as time passes on. But right now he will be going up against NexPeGa. NexPeGa coming out here, not really sure if he's going to be going for the hatch, as a lot of players we see go for the 14 hatches. We are at that point, and he does look like he will be putting some money into the bank. But meanwhile, we do have LiquidJinro, of course, building his barracks on the front door. He will be walling off at some point, I would guess, seeing as walling off against Zerg players is very pivotal, very important, as you do not want to get that circling ring by. And yes, we do see this drone coming out just in time, right as he hits 300 minerals. So NexPeGa feeling confident for the fact that he can go ahead, secure that natural expansion, and will be able to defend it adequately, as his drone came out here and was able to see that there wasn't any sort of super cheese, as we do see Refinery being claimed right there and finishing up there, and we do see LiquidJinro immediately populating it with 3 SCVs. His drone just kind of hanging out by this barracks. Of course, LiquidJinro will be producing a Marine, so this drone's life will be short-lived if he chooses to stick around. Meanwhile, we do have a Overlord looming over the Pit of Doom and Destruction, as this is a great place to stick your flying units, as you can kind of move it over just a little bit, and you can get a good look and see what exactly is going on. NexPeGa will be going ahead and bringing up the spawning pool, as it will be finishing up here momentarily. Meanwhile, this SCV will be scouting out, and the harvester scouting is so important, and we see we see our competitors here doing such a great job in making sure of doing that, because if you don't, you're gonna get caught with your pants down, and you cannot say it enough. Scouting is so important, because how can you counter something that you don't even see? It's just not possible. You're just you're just counting on sheer luck. But of course, that SCV right there will be pilfering some minerals off of PeGa's little mineral line, so making sure that he won't be getting that, and he will be returning back to main base and dropping that off. But as we see, LiquidJinro does have a tech lab down, is going to be getting the stim pack first, so we're going to see pretty quick stim coming out of LiquidJinro. Meanwhile, he is going to be getting a command center, so LiquidJinro looking not to be outdone by NexPeGa, and making sure that he doesn't fall behind in the expansion race, as most Zergs you'll see will grab that early expansion, will do that, and a lot of times you'll see Terran bottle up and start to turtle, and then sit there, and when they come out of that turtle, the Zerg is spread halfway across the map, and you can't chew through all that because you're running off of a one base income. And that's really not where you want to find yourself as a Terran player. But of course, this SCV will be trying to come out here and will be trying to scout one more time, but it does not look like he's actually going to be able to do that. Yes, he's going to turn around and try to make it back home to base in time, as we do have these Zerglings chasing him, nipping at his heels. And yes, it does look like he will be able to make it, as these Zerg come up the ramp, and they meet a face full of Gauss rifle fire from these 4 Marines. Of course, that one Marine did get that kill. First kill, well, that's not the first kill of the game, but he definitely is bragging to his buddies about that. And this Zerg can come back here, seeing if they are going to push now. These Marines are going to be pushing out just a little bit. Of course, I don't really feel that they're going to be making a concentrated effort to attack NexPeGa. And NexPeGa will be throwing down a second spine crawler here. Nice placement of the spine crawler. Great anti-Hellion harassment placement. As you can see, Hellions coming out of these bushes right here, and you do not want to be caught off guard with that, as both of these spine crawlers will have full coverage of this mineral line now. Meanwhile, his main does not actually have any static defenses in there, so the Hellions, of course, could just skim right by here, run up this ramp, and force PeGa to go ahead and evacuate his mineral line here. Meanwhile, we do see the orbital command finishing up here for LiquidJinro, and LiquidJinro is starting to build a wall outside of his main with a supply depot and a bunker, and it looks like he's going to float his orbital command over here and try to create a wall to keep any sort of Zergling run-bys. Yes, we do see another barracks queued up here. Of course, those Marines and that one Marauder will be dispatching that one Scout Zergling. That Zergling, of course, only 25 minerals, and the value of the information that you gather is pretty much priceless when it comes to this battle. So that is a sacrifice well made, and it does look like NexPeGa will be moving out here. He's got quite a few Zerglings back. He has 36 Zerglings on the field right now. Toe-to-toe, the forces of LiquidJinro would not be able to handle this, but LiquidJinro is in a defensive position right here. These ranged units will be able to take advantage of this defense and will be able to jump in that bunker. And it looks like the methodology upgrade will be coming here. NexPeGa is trying to run by. We do see stem coming down for LiquidJinro. We see units jumping in this bunker right here. We do see the SCVs coming out here and trying to run out of this middle, trying not to be caught up there. So we do have the Zerglings. We'll be doing yet another run by. We'll be catching those Marines off guard. We'll be killing all of them, and they will be running into the mineral line right here. We'll be killing one SCV. We'll be killing the second SCV. Will they be able to get any more, as they do need to go ahead and start killing some more SCVs right here. We do see them chewing on that. One mule does go down. It's light cut short early, and we do have 2 more residual Zerglings, as we do see one SCV drop, and the SCVs will be turning on that on those last 2 Zerglings. Of course, those 2 Zerglings were not going to be able to overpower that many SCVs. They were drilling and welding him to death. So going back to NexPeGa doing a really good job here as he's going ahead and aggressively laying out this creep, as we have 3 creep tumors active on the field for him. It looks like he will be moving up his static defenses here, trying to give himself a better coverage and protect his hatchery, because the placement of those Minecrawlers was good for any sort of counter Hellion, but because we're going up against ranged units, they would not be able to protect the actual hatchery itself right there. So right now we do have a Baneling nest coming down for NexPeGa, looking to counter the Marine threat, and also we have a Spire coming down for him. Take a look at the production tab. Yes, we do have 10 more Zergling being queued up right now. We have a reactor, tech lab, a engineering bay will be coming up here for LiquidJinro as well. So looking to get those upgrades are going to play a huge role, as we are coming up on 10 minutes right now. So we're going to see this matchup going on there. Nice placement of this engineering bay, totally denying this back door right here. Of course, the engineering bay could be attacked, could be killed right there, but the fact that you're able to stall that attack in the basically the element of surprise strip from your enemy is well worth the 125, or is it 150 or 125 minerals? Let's see. 125, yes, I was right. 125 minerals, totally worth it right there. And just, you know, the fact that, see, look at this. We have these Zerglings back here, and it's perfect, just run. We're able to go by, not face this brick wall right here, and get in here, take a few pot shots at these SCVs, back out. Meanwhile, though, LiquidJinro is poking his head out, looking to scout around. We just have scouting Marines looking around. He will go ahead and see this expansion right here. Meanwhile, these Zerglings are chewing on this rock. Of course, this is going to take quite some time. Zerglings are not very apt at doing that. And NexPeGa just continuing to spread this creep, as we have a lot of active creep tumors right now. So LiquidJinro is going to need to go ahead and do something about that, because he does not want that creep all the way on his front doorstep. And not only will it deny him any sort of expansion capabilities, but you don't want the enemy to have that battlefield awareness now. Meanwhile, NexPeGa is going to try to go back around and try to get us around right here. And these Banelings are so close to getting in contact with them, with nice micro here by LiquidJinro. LiquidJinro is able to basically stem and get away from these Banelings, and Banelings are just getting popped left and right there, because they do not have hooks. Of course, hooks just will be finishing up here, and this is really going to change the whole theme of this kind of battle, because now that these Marines and Marauders are all softened up, they're going to be that much more susceptible to the splash damage of the Baneling attacks. That Spire is finishing up. We do have the flyer attack level 1 coming up here. Let's go take a look at the unit type. We have 4 Mutalisks on the field right now, with 2 more coming online. So we could see Mutalisks right now. And right now, LiquidJinro is not in a good position right here. He is totally trapped right now, and these Banelings are getting closer and closer. LiquidJinro trying to get his units away. We see one detonation, a second detonation, killing off all of those Marines right there. So those Banelings really doing a lot of damage right there. Meanwhile, LiquidJinro continuing to trickle in forces here, as I know this could be a very dangerous position if he does not snipe these Banelings, and these 2 Marauders sitting here soaking up that damage. Great micro here by LiquidJinro, as these Marauders are able to soak up the Baneling damage and not allow that versus light damage to really take effect on these Marines. Marines backing up here, trying desperately to make as much damage as they can do before they die, as we see them completely overwhelmed there. Just a carnal pit right there, as these Mutalisks right here are really going to start to play a huge role against LiquidJinro, because Mutalisks are so very annoying when they're used, well, I would say appropriately. Of course, that's an opinion, but when you really use them to the full harassment capabilities, it is just such a pain in the rear, because you gotta, as a Terran player, you gotta put down the turrets, you've gotta have Thors, you've gotta just basically react to these attacks, and that's not where you want to be. You don't want to be on the back foot. You want to be the one in control. You want to be the one attacking, forcing your enemy to react to you. But these Mutalisks are so good at stripping that advantage away from your enemy. So right now, NexPeGa will be clearing off these rocks. So it looks like he will be wanting to occupy this high yield right here. And actually growing some more banelings right there. We have those little green coffee beans sitting right there with his claw. But LiquidJinro once again moving out here. This medevac kind of caught out in the open, trying to heal that one Marine, but thinking twice about it as this huge flock of Mutalisks trying to DPS that down. And yes, we do see them snipe it. We do see the actual Siege Tank deployed right here. The Siege Tank going to make a huge difference in killing a lot of Zerglings right there. It has a total of 7 kills right now. This actually does look like it will be going down. So LiquidJinro able to really make an impact here, and the Siege Tank is really going to play a large role here if he's able to protect it. Now, these Zerglings will be able to get up and close into the face of those Siege Tanks and will be able to surround it and snipe, because we do see this one Siege Tank will be going down. Meanwhile, in the main bulk of the battle right here, we do see Mutalisks will be actually clearing out all the Marines with the help of those Banelings. So, LiquidJinro forced to retreat right now due to the air threat. This one Marine caught out in the open, stimming, trying to desperately run for his life, but he's being chased down the glaive worms in the back. And will he make it? No, he will not, as he is taken out right when he comes off of his mineral, or coming off of his mineral high, coming off of his stem high. So we do see these Mutalisks getting chewed up by those Marines. These Marines are very cheap and very apt at taking down Mutalisks, and that's the kind of engagement you don't want to find yourself with the Mutalisks. Mutalisks are very expensive, and though they are really good in a large ball, these Marines are equally good at taking down those the Mutalisks. And Marine is only 50 minerals, so I would rather trade 4 Marines any day for a for one of these Mutalisks. So NexPeGa really kind of find himself in a position right there where you don't want to do that, as he had quite a few of his Mutalisks actually shot out of the sky right there. Meanwhile, we do see him going ahead reclaiming both of the expansions here, and meanwhile, LiquidJinro not going to let the kind of the lull settle over the battlefield. Will be moving out once again, as we 22 Zerglings will be finishing up here. So this is really going to be putting LiquidJinro in a bad position if he gets caught out in the open with all these Banelings and Zerglings. We do see them moving up over here, and next was basically forced to